seen any land? Do you know where any land is? Land for sale. Do you know? Where is the land? Where is land for sale? Please, do you know? The search for vacant land. Finding the right piece of land is something that we've personally struggled with a lot throughout our journey to build a den. You can love the home you live in, but if you hate the distance to the nearest beach, or you hate your view, or even the town you live in, it doesn't matter if you live in a castle, eventually those walls are gonna start closing in around you and you'll have nowhere to go but that dumb land that you hate.
But that won't be you, right? Because you're smart and you do your research and you watch YouTube videos about topics you don't understand. You're gonna be okay. Like most steps of getting yourself into a new home, it's not so much the difficulty of the task as, well, not really knowing where to start. But we're here to conquer our fears alongside with you and walk you through what it takes to find real estate listings online without putting in too much work or spending money unnecessarily.
Okay, your options. You have a few options when it comes to finding vacant land, and your first one is realtors. You can talk with a realtor who will have access to the MLS, which is the Multiple Listing Service System, which is just a giant database for home listings. That will get you tapped into the most up-to-date information on what's available. Realtors can also help you sort through financing options if that's something that you don't quite have your head around yet, although make sure to check out our financing options video to get a head start on understanding how to finance your future home. Realtors also get paid from the sale of a property, so you're not forking over any fees just to get an understanding of what's available.
Another option is to sign up for a vacant land subscription service. These charge you a fee to provide you a list of vacant land available based on your predetermined search criteria. This is a more curated experience and definitely falls in the category of paying a convenience fee to skip some of the work of looking for the land. In our opinion, not worth it.
The final option, the one that we're going to focus on for this video, is searching the internet yourself for vacant land listings. If you're already the DIY type, this option is probably already on your radar. It's really not as complicated as it might feel, and it's certainly the most flexible option, because if you're anything like us, you're going to change your mind about 1,000,000 times about priorities and preferences as you continue to see properties and refine what you want your home to look like. And every time you do that with a subscription service or realtor, there's a lot of back and forth that slows down the process and just adds another layer of complexity. When you're going in alone, you can easily tweak the dials on your search and add or subtract features and generally experiment to see what's available for different scenarios you have rattling around in your head.
So let's say searching online sounds the most appealing. Now what? There's some basic info you're gonna need to start your search. First off, you're gonna need to decide where you want your new cabin, not the exact lot, obviously, more like the genre of your future home. Are we talking beach vacation home, remote fishing trip getaway, snowy winter wonderland in the mountains, self-sufficient off-grid desert home? You get the idea. You want the land you're searching for to match the life that you see for yourself while you're living there.
Next up, you need to decide on how connected to the grid you want to be. It goes without saying, but how reliant you are on utilities will limit your options of how remote you can be. Decide if you need access to local water, sewer, or power infrastructure. It's also probably a good idea to get familiar with how much it costs to build out access to these utilities. We did a video where we visited some vacant land and explored what it might cost to get some utilities up and running on raw land, so be sure to check that out.
The third step is to decide on the size of the property, which basically boils down to these three options: residential lot, ranches and farms, and acreage. A residential lot is what it sounds like, a lot intended for a single family home. Ranches and farms include vacant land beyond the home site, which is perfect for farm animals or growing whatever you want: fruits, veggies, an orchard, a vineyard, go crazy. And then the big dog at the top, acreage, is essentially anything over 2 acres that is unimproved. Raw land, the real deal.
Step 4 is determining your budget. No problem, right? Just figure out the cost of your entire project really quick. Just kidding, it is not that simple. You need help with that because who could possibly just know their budget when they don't even really know what they're budgeting for? If only there were some, semi-competent individuals who could help gently guide you through the budgeting process, well, you're in luck. Check out our budgeting video for more info on budgeting for your next home.
All right, so you've got your preliminary info that will guide your online search. Now it's time to punch in some info into some websites and look at some real-life places. Here's the information you should have for these websites in order to spit out some useful results. You should have your state, county, city, and zip code, your lot size or acreage, the type of land, whether that be residential, recreational, or agricultural, the location that you want, beach, desert, forest, or mountains, your price range, your terms of sale, whether that's going to be cash, loan, or owner financed. And these are the websites that we would recommend keeping bookmarked for your land search. Zillow, Realtor.com, Craigslist, Land.com, which contains Lands of America, Land and Farm, and LandWatch, which we'll explain later, and LandSearch.com. These are all very straightforward, and it should be easy to get started with getting the search results that you're looking for with a little experimentation, or worst case scenario, a little bribing of your youngest, most tech-savvy member of your family to get you on the right track.
Just a few things to know about some of those sites. First off, do not write off Craigslist, okay? I cannot tell you how many amazing opportunities in my life have been created by Craigslist. Seriously, I have bought and sold so many things. I even got a very lucrative freelance gig that one time that led to a very great full-time job offer. There is some great stuff on that website. Now, there are plenty of scams, of course, but you just have to be vigilant and extra suspicious of anything that seems too good to be true. Also, Land.com looks slightly confusing at first glance, but it's just one central database that those 3 websites all pull from. They all focus on rural land, so they're probably going to be very useful for your land search. And last one to note is LandSearch.com. This website focuses on connecting property sellers and buyers in a non-intrusive way, which includes not selling your personal info to any third parties, and you gotta love that. They also have really granular search controls, like really, really granular search controls. Look at some of these options: lakefront, chicken farm, desert, barn dominium. I don't think you can beat these filters.
Like many parts of the land buying process, this all might seem daunting at first, but when you break it down into its individual parts, it's pretty straightforward. And by the way, don't let the steps stand in the way of planning what type of structure you'd like to build. The 2 pursuits often help inform one another, so keep dreaming about that cabin while you search for your next hobby farm, whatever floats your boat.
There are currently about 4.4 million acres of vacant land for sale in the United States, with an average listing size of 166 acres. So land is out there, folks, and you can find it. We believe in you. But hey, if you feel lost or have any questions while you're on your search, feel free to drop us a line in the comments section, and be sure to check out the rest of our videos in this series, especially our video where we went and saw a property for sale in real life and learned a ton from the experience. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time, folks.
You said it right.
I do struggle with that word. Rural.
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 You just say it like you have marbles in your mouth.
Rural.
Yeah,
Ew,
exactly.
that sounds weird. Rural. Rural.
Roll Focus on rural land.
Focus on rural land.